All right, so the media tool that I chose to talk about is called Tabletop. Um, why did I choose this tool? Well, basically, I chose this tool because it's one of the coolest tools that I've come across, and as far as production is concerned, in a while. I like using it for music production. It's a music production app, and it helps tremendously with a lot of things, and mostly what it brings to the table. It's a very powerful thing, but at the same time, it's portable. Um, like I said, it's a production tool, not so much a consumption tool or a distribution tool. It's more of a production. It works more on pre-production, and I use it for anything from production for hip hop, for R&B, for orchestral. I use it mainly for my production, for my music production. You don't have to create an account. It's not something that you have to create an account for. It's just a downloadable app. Uh, it was not free. Tabletop is an open source program. It allows you to use multiple editing and music production softwares under basically on one template. The way it works is you open it up and you can pull in multiple different production apps that you have on your iPad and use them all in one app. So most of these apps, you would never be able to use them consecutively or at one time with other apps. And what this does is allows you to do that, which makes it very powerful. It basically lets you build your own tabletop studio. You could take one app that does one thing very good, and take another app that does this other thing very good, and you can put them on one tabletop, and you basically wire them into one mixing board, and you can utilize whatever those things do at the same time. The amount of power that it adds to your production on such a small scale is very, very, very big. So that's why I like to use it. The three potential uses for this, like I said, the main use for me is music editing and production. It's serious potential with its editing and portability. It's very powerful, and it's only going to get more powerful. The type of things that you're able to do on an iPad with these apps were things that 5 to 10 years ago you'd have to go spend thousands of dollars and to buy outbound hardware for a studio. Now you can do it on your iPad. Um, if I had to say what feature is most beneficial, I said before, the biggest thing that the biggest draw to it is that most of these apps are meant to only be used on their own. And I have not come across another app that allowed you to bring multiple different apps into one app and allow them to talk to each other. And that's what this app does. Now, if I had to recommend a feature for developers going forward, something to change or something that I would say would be missing, one of the things that I see is because you're able to use so many different apps under one thing, would be the lagging. Sometimes you get a lot of lagging. Um, and then the only other thing I would say is making the exporting easier. I know as of right now, I use everything on a Mac and an Apple, and I figured out a way to export through iTunes. But for those people who may not be using iTunes, it seems like it's only accessible through iTunes. So I feel like there's got to be an easier way, a more straightforward way to do that. But other than that, it's a great program. I don't really see a lot wrong with it. It's the only program out there that I know does it the way it's done and does it as easy. I don't think there's any other programs out there right now that do it. I haven't come across another app that has the ability to do what Tabletop does, and nor or have the power that Tabletop has. So that is my tool, my new media tool that I chose. It's called Tabletop. It is available in the App Store. If you're into music production and you have multiple music production programs on your Apple iPad or whatever, on your phone even, you can get Tabletop, and it'll allow you to build a studio with multiple different uh, pieces of equipment that you can use for different things. And it's no different than building a studio in real life, basically. So yeah, check it out. Tabletop. Peace.